Hello, Renee. How you doing? Okay, so I was reading through your writing, pink and black. Okay, so I think it's kind of so mauve is feminine, but the black holds strong. I agree. I don't find this to be overly feminine whatsoever. So I totally agree with what you're saying. Now I just lost my place. Where the heck did I go? Oh, here we are. I'm sorry about that. I incorporated these colors across branding. Wanted to play with the lines. I understand that to create a cohesive relationship within the pieces within um, your branding suite. Okay, use the lines and other pieces. Create we incorporate some. Okay, so you didn't rearrange the images not to be in the folds yet. Okay, because that was going to be something I was going to comment on. And for those of you who are watching along, the problem that I had indicated, or the problem that Renee and I had discovered, is that in this fold up, leave behind, there's the images on the back are going to fall within the folds. Here's the folds. If we superimpose those folds on the back, we'll see that they're going to fall right in the fold. So is the type. The other thing is this, Renee, is that in your leave behind, so you've got this whole front, and then the images are on the back. So when we fold this, you've got the whole front, this whole three panels of the front that could contain information, but don't. You may consider maybe using something on there. I mean, you could even put your resume on one panel. I mean, think about how you can really be expeditious. You've got three areas of high quality real estate that aren't being used. So think about that. Okay, now as far as the branding suite, it goes itself. Now, I've got everything up here. Now, I think the first thing and major thing we see is this just really a jarring difference between the business card and the letterhead. And the reason I say that, of course, is because the letterhead has a white background, the business card, and your other collateral materials have this kind of a light pink mauve background. I think that's problematic. I really do. And I think that is going to create an issue in the long run. I've got a really good suggestion. Is we take your logo itself, okay, and instead of having the stroke around the mauve and a mauve background, and then over here you've got these kind of boxes being created, box here, rectangle here, and then over here we've got the so much mauve in this piece that it's kind of stealing away from your work. Typically, you don't want to try to focus your branding on a background or a background color. You want to focus your branding on what you got it, your logo. So, and another reason we don't really want to use a heavy color on any kind of a background is because the color is not always going to be compatible with pieces you're placing on that color. Let me show you what I mean. Why is this happening? Oh, that's why. So if we increase this, we can see that these are. Jeez, what is going on? I'm sorry, my computers are going haywire. So we've got this color that is not harmonious with the background color. The rest are pretty much monochromatic, and these are black and white. So whenever if you place a color, anything in color on that mauve background, it might possibly indicate lack of harmony in the color. So I see now you've got all of this mauve in the background here, and that's okay. That's okay on your website. That's perfectly fine because those are just categories. What we could do is this, and let me show you what I think is a really super solution for this, is we take the logo, okay? We leave Renee Hildreth, graphic designer, in black, and then we just put mauve here instead of black here. Okay, so this is mauve, still have the white, that white kind of perspective area, and then the H is this kind of mauve color. That way, you can place everything on white backgrounds and not have the interference associated with the mauve background and the lack of versatility based on the color. And this is any color you choose. I mean, any color you choose for a background is going to be problematic somewhere down the line because not everything is going to be able to be placed on that color background with harmony in mind. I just noticed something in your business card. We're missing, some of your icons are missing here. That icon is missing, part of the envelope is missing, and part of the globe is missing there. I'm not real sure. Then it also looks like this type here is larger than this type here. So you definitely want to be consistent there. Good job using old style figures. That's gorgeous. Okay. So what that's going to do is that's really going to open up this letterhead. It's really going to create a nice versatile letterhead. Right now, if we use this letterhead to write, okay, so let's say we assemble a type on this letterhead. The type's going to go right here, right? Which is going to force this big blank rectangle up top. And again, that's problematic. So if we change the logo to this mauve color with the black type, you can just place the logo right up there. And then that opens up the entire composition. You can use it for, you can place your resume on here. You can use it if you're your freelance business for your invoices. You can use your thank you note, your thank you letter. You can use your cover letter. You can really create a versatile piece here with just a little bit of change. Try it and let me know what you think. Let me see. That would open up, and you know what? If it's a white background, and this is going to really lighten the piece up considerably too. Right now, it's got a lot of visual bulk to it. It's heavy. It's heavy because of that mauve background. So we change this to white. Maybe use mauve for these. That's a different story, right? But again, I just think these three panels might better be served as maybe use something else in there. It seems like there's some prime real estate there that can be utilized a little bit more expeditiously. All right, those are my recommendations. Now, listen, of course, you don't have to do that. Okay, I'm making recommendations. I'm not trying to drive your project. I'm not trying to direct your project. I just want to make recommendations, and I want you to make your own decisions. Now, if you're not down with those decisions, at least on the letterhead, at the very least, I would remove this outer area of mauve, and I would just leave the logo in the mauve and place the logo right there. That again is going to, what you could even do at that point is the logo right there. You're not going to have this kind of phantom huge giant rectangle over here. The logo will have more of a symbiotic relationship with the page instead of being forced in a corner and separated from the page. So we have the logo that would be placed right here, and then the rest, that will not be so obvious right there. So the rest of the area could be utilized for type, whether it be your resume, assembling your resume on here, or even using for the cover letter or thank you letters or whatever the situation may be. Okay, those are my recommendations moving forward. I think other than that, you're really super consistent, and I think we're looking good. Two questions. Are you going to design the back of the card? Is this going to be a two-side card, otherwise known as duplex, or is this going to be just a one-side card? The other question is, are you going to design a number 10 envelope? I recommend you do so. I think it'll be a wonderful complement. That's not required in the branding suite, but I think it'll work out perfectly. I think it'll fit beautifully, and you'll definitely use it too. So, okay, if you have any questions at all, please let me know, Renee. I'll be glad to make any necessary clarifications. Thank you very much.